Hello.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Zilinski life.
Today we are going to shut down quarter 3.
Yes.
That's right. 3/4 of the way through 2020.
So we'll review our expenses, our total debt paid off, and wrap up this quarter before we start budgeting into October and setting up our fresh new budget.
Yeah.
So if you want to see that video, go ahead and keep watching. All right, so.
Oh, you're still here. Let's continue.
So for our income, July was just over $7,800. August was a big month. That's because Cody was gone the whole month doing a shutdown.
Yeah, that was the tail end of like a 60 whatever day shift away from home.
And he worked every single day.
Yeah.
Towards the end there. And then September was $7,000. Obviously it's less because Cody was out of a job and then back into a job, but it was like 28 hours and then 20 hours or 22 hours or something in a week. Like it was very it was kind of part-time-ish hours is how it worked out. And then he was off again while we were waiting for the COVID results. So anyways, our average was still just over $10,000 a month, which is pretty good. Our expenses here, LOA was new for September because that's the job he took was living out allowance or LOA job where he was gone. Our debt snowball payments, so we made a total of $1,400 in a debt snowball payment this quarter. Of course, we would love to see that number higher, but...
Yeah, it'd be cool to do that like every month, but it's kind of a pain. We want to pay our debt way more aggressively than we are, but my income stream is not steady enough for us to not be conservative with it.
Yeah.
It's not awesome.
But I'm still happy with it. Our goal is $320 a month. We only did $300 in July because I miscalculated and I thought the minimum was $300. Then we had lots of extra in August, and then again the minimum in September. So we're averaging $472 a month in the debt snowball. So that's well over, it's like $150 more than what we need for our minimum requirement in order to be debt free by June of 2021. Made our minimum payments on the rest of the debts. Bills was actually quite a bit less. Well, not quite a bit, but it was less in September compared to the other 2 months because we didn't have a power bill. So when we moved into this apartment, we had to pay a $300 deposit and we got that back. So now we have a big credit on our bill, so we haven't had to pay that. Everything else is pretty much the same on par, except our bank fees. You notice our bank fees were a lot lower. So we had all these NSFs and stuff going through, and then this month we didn't have any. So
yeah, we switched banks recently. When we got rid of our credit card, we had to switch from Tangerine because they did not at the time have Visa debit.
Yeah.
So we had a credit card for online purchases because we do a lot of online shopping, with the whole pandemic and everything. But we switched banks because they did not at the time have Visa debit, and there was a lot of kerfuffle with switching banks and forgetting to reach out to some people, so they tried to pull money from our old bank, and then our old bank was like, hey, you didn't have any money, so now you owe us more. And it was a mess. I think we pretty much got that all locked up now.
Yeah.
All the important information has been disseminated to all of the important people that want our money, so
We're good now.
Yeah.
Subscriptions have stayed relatively the same. This month was higher because we had our annual Amazon Prime bill come out, and then I'll have every subscription box come through. Otherwise, everything else is the same.
Yeah. Well, I'm pretty sure the subscriptions are going to be going down as soon as Apple does their Apple One thing.
Yeah, because then we'll be putting both the iCloud accounts into one. Music would go into there. We'll just kind of amalgamate everything. Food and gas. So we were really high in September, and we're honestly not 100% sure why it's so high. I feel like we didn't spend that much money on groceries, but...
Yeah, I don't get it. It's just, it's getting worse and worse. Like the other day, I guess a few weeks ago now, I went grocery shopping. I bought eggs. Our normal bacon was on sale, so I got that, and some bread and some fruit, and it was $80.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even a full bag of stuff. It's getting insane.
Yeah, it was expensive. So I don't know. I mean, I'd still rather spend more money on groceries than dining out, but
Yeah, it's healthier, builds good skill sets.
Our fun money. So dining out has progressively gotten worse this quarter. So we started out strong at $260 in July. We went up a little bit in August, and then we went up quite a bit more in September, spending almost $500. So we feel kind of crap about that.
Yeah, that's not the trend we were hoping to see.
So again, in October, we're going to budget for dining out, but we're going to act as if that money's not there, and hopefully we don't spend any of it. That's going to be the goal.
We're going to set the money aside so that we don't overspend on it. But then we're going to try and not spend it that way at the end of the month. Ideally, we have some or all of that money to put towards other purposes.
Yeah, like a debt snowball or savings or whatever.
Yeah.
Spending money. I spent a lot in August. I think that's because it was my birthday month. I'm assuming is probably why that's so high.
Yeah, I think so.
I should look. Yeah, my AirPods Pro, so that was for my birthday.
Yeah, I decided spontaneously that we had to come up with enough money to buy her AirPods for her birthday. Because we're very on top of our finances. It's hard to squirrel money away and buy things in secret. So kind of the best I can do is just spring it on her at the last minute.
Yeah. So that's fine. Whatever. Fun money is its own thing. So July we had our annual vehicle registration renewal, which is fine. Vehicle maintenance, I can't remember. I think that was air fresheners or something. And then we had our oil change in August. Medical, dental is pretty straightforward. And then my birthday. So household stuff, baby, we spent a lot of money in July. I think that was the month what is that? Oh, this was more cloth diapers, diaper sprayer, stuff like that. So when we started, the tail end of when we started I think in June, cloth diapering. And then you'll see we had nothing spent in August because we were cloth diapering, so we didn't need anything. And then September, we had to buy diapers again because her little thighs are too big.
She grew up.
And sadly, she's been in disposables now for like 5 or 6 days or something.
And she's got a rash coming back.
She's got a rash already, so I really hate disposable diapers, but
poor little monkey.
We're going to use it for now. We're hoping that now that she's getting more mobile and starting to crawl, that her legs will start to lean out enough that we can go back.
She's starting to stand up a little more and move around, and she doesn't really want to be held. She wants to go explore things, so hopefully as she starts getting more exercise, she'll trim down a bit and we can get her back into diapers that don't cause issues for her.
So household, we had a really big month in August because we had bought...
Yeah, we did.
We had bought like a $3,000 sectional.
Yeah.
Which was beautiful and big and like...
It's like the second most beautiful couch I've ever seen. It was amazing.
And it would have fit in the apartment.
Just.
Barely.
Like, in terms of getting the couch into the space, it would physically fit in here if we got rid of the TV stand and the desk and the end tables and the kid and the toys and most of the kitchen.
Cody's being a little exaggerated, but not by much. So once we did measurements and like kind of spaced things out in here and realized it wasn't really realistic, especially with a baby who's starting to crawl around and wants that space, we actually returned it and bought a bunch of other stuff, which is why you see down here we have, an inflow of $21.60, and then we have we bought a new TV. A
bunch of outflow.
Yeah, we bought a new TV, we bought a kitchen island, we bought the new smaller, that's my chair, the new smaller sectional behind us. We bought
that also turns into a pretty comfortable queen size bed for when people come hang out.
Yeah, so overall we're happy with what we wound up doing, but that's why it looks so big, because originally I had classified it in household and then decided later to break it up into all the different categories down here. Toiletries, the reason why we don't see anything in toiletries and personal care here is because I didn't even have those categories set up, and then later on I decided maybe it would make sense to break that out from our groceries. I wondered if maybe our groceries just looked really high because we were including like paper towel, toilet paper, mouthwash, toothpaste, stuff like that.
Because it was really frustrating there for a while trying to keep like $100 a week for food, and then you go grocery shopping and it's like, oh, we need tinfoil, oh, we need ketchup, oh, we need paper towel, oh, we need Kleenex, oh, we need toilet paper, oh, we're eating ramen this month.
Yeah, so I have to get better at splitting those out because it occurs to me that we had just recently bought tinfoil and I put it under groceries instead of household, which is what that should have gone under. Clothing, Cody needed work boots in August, and then September was our trip to Goodwill. My
old boots literally blew up on me on the last day of work. Like, they were leaky anyway and needed to be replaced, and then when I went to take them off for my last day of the shutdown, like, the foot came off but the part that was around my ankle didn't. So it was time to replace those bad boys.
Gifts. So August, we bought a gift for our niece's birthday. And then September, we bought a graduation suit for CODY'S, one of his brothers who were graduating. Baby, this is a lot every month because we spend way too much money on our baby.
We do. We really do. Like, she doesn't need things.
Yeah, so this was clothes and toys, a little potty, pacifiers, onesies, a high chair, and a monitor and a crib. The monitor and crib we did actually need. Everything else is negligible. The high chair, I guess, too. August, diapers, bibs, baby utensils, probiotics, clothes. And then September, we bought a new car seat. That was the bulk of it. And then a baby blanket and some sleep sacks. So, Simple Invest, we did good here. So, here we saved a total of $646 either by investing it or putting it into our trade account. But you'll see that's nowhere near what our 10% of our income was. But we were just starting to commit to this at the end.
We had just towards the end of that process had decided that we should probably focus on this.
Because you'll see in July we didn't contribute anything.
Because honestly, like the 10% missing right off the top, it's not something that we really notice in any major way. But now that we haven't been doing it for like 5 years, we definitely notice that we don't have the results of having done it for an extended period of time. So that's really something we want to focus on going forward.
So September, we committed to that. We put away $709 and our income was just under $7,900. So we met our goal there. We're happy about that. We're hoping that's a trend we'll see consistently throughout the months to come. Business, we had a few things that we wound up getting. We had to renew some, or not renew, we had to repurchase, not repurchase, what am I trying to say?
Re-up some software, buy the new updated version.
Thank you. And then we needed a tripod and just like a few random things here. So that's what that is. Stuff I forgot to budget for was delivery fees for the IKEA furniture we got.
And
we have
groceries and
groceries. So we have a delivery fee category now going forward in the new budget, but we didn't then. And then again, all our wish granted stuff, which was a total of $768 it says, but it was more than that because you'll see this is an inflow because we had returned the couch that we had purchased here in August. So we spent quite a bit of money total. You'll also see that we're showing a negative number here, but you'll see we had positives the prior 2 months. So if we look at our total for the quarter, we were still a positive of over $4,000.
Yeah, the first time I looked at that, it gave me a little bit of a heart attack. But that is money that we had saved up previously and then just spent that much. That's why it looks like such a weird.
So overall, we've still spent $4,300 less than what we made. So that makes me feel really good. We're pretty happy with that. And that wraps up the quarter end review. I did want to touch on our debt, what we did at the beginning of the quarter and what we ended up as. So let me just bring it up in notes here. Debt updates. Okay, so the end of quarter two, we had $40,281.77.
This will be on the screen up here somewhere.
Yeah.
Or there somewhere.
Over here, I think.
Up yonder.
Yeah. Quarter three, we ended with $36,557.87. So if we go up here, you'll see.
That's pretty not bad.
It's pretty not bad. So total debt payments, we actually paid a total of just over $5,000 towards our debt, but we reduced our principal by $3,723.90. Right now, our car is really what kills us. Our car, actually, I'll bring it up for you guys. Okay, so if I go to our car, and I actually saw this on my Budget Life, I think he was using it. I'd have to go back and double check, but I think I saw this on my Budget Life because I had been using a different program, which I think I still like the other one better. It looks a little more simplified, or maybe it's just because I'm getting used to this one still. So if I go into the car, you'll see here our monthly interest on the car is $415.
Yeah, that's almost a whole payment.
Yeah, so our payment's $501. Our interest rate is astronomical. No, that's not our interest rate. Is it 0.45?
I can't remember.
I think it's 0.45. 0.75 or something. Is that going to save? Does it make a difference? Okay, there we go. $323.34 a month. That looks right. Okay. Still an astronomical amount. So our debt reduction looks very slow. Now you might be wondering, guys, if you're paying so much in interest, why not tackle your car payment first? The reason being is that we're going to be out of debt in the next 1 year and 8 months, I think it is now.
Yeah, and it's just the amount of
1 year and 9 months. So the amount of interest.
Yeah, the difference made by that interest over that short period of time isn't really enough to want to deviate from the debt snowball.
And you'll see here our total interest that we'll wind up paying is $4,900, about 11.9%. That is still high. But again, our thinking is that our OPD is $700 a month. It's a big chunk.
Yeah.
And that's, as soon as we get that paid off, we can put that towards our debt snowball as well. But God forbid something happened, that $700 we gain back in our budget, and we would gain it back a lot faster than trying to pay down
the car. Yeah.
the car. So it's a little bit of security. It's also, for us, we are very psychologically motivated that way. To us, we find it very motivating to pay off the smaller debts first and work up.
Yeah, and if that's not making sense, or if you're not quite sure where we're coming from there, if you want, leave some comments. We'll do maybe a video explaining the debt snowball and the logic behind it.
Yeah, there's a difference between the debt snowball and the debt avalanche, and people do it differently, but that's how we like to do it, is the debt snowball. So I think that's it for this video.
Yeah.
So now, assuming that our baby continues to sleep, we are going to jump into doing the rest of our new budget setup, like importing our accounts and everything.
Quarter 3 is on the way out, and quarter 4 is coming in.
Yes. So we'll end this video here. I think this is the one that'll go up next, and then part 2 to the new YNAB budget will come the following week. But we're going to record that now, hopefully. So thank you guys so much for watching.
Yeah. Thanks for watching. If you liked it, liked it. If you don't like it, unlike it twice. Really show us. Subscribe if you haven't. Leave some comments. We'll chat, or she'll chat mostly because she understands how computers work. And we'll catch you on the next one.
Bye.
Bye.